boss. Did you sample that?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Reality Nursing and Co. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification button down below so that way you stay in tune with any new videos that I post. So today I will be reviewing 2 more NCLEX tools that you can use, as well as just giving you a sense of organization and a sense of guidance during your renewedness of mind. I know that it's been a while since I posted a video. It's been a week or 2, and I just thought that the last video that I posted was very beneficial for you guys, and it was embarking on a new journey. So I want to give you guys enough time to allow for that information to break down and kind of like settle in and see if you would like to continue on this journey with me. So nonetheless, let's look at the few tools that I've used to review for NCLEX that I think may be helpful for you. So one of the books that I've used is this book. It's called NCLEXRN Cram Plan. Now, the reason that I picked this book when I had purchased it was because I was looking for something quick, easy, like pinpoint notes that was easy to keep on hand, but then also had enough information to help me like rationalize the topics and really understand them. Now, this book, it actually offers 3 types of lesson plans. So it has a 2-month one, a 1-month one, and a 1-week one. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like to study a long term of time before the exam, they do offer the 1-week one. If you want something that's like, okay, compact, and you know, you really just need a refresher of information, then I would suggest the 1-month one. And then the 2-month one is a little bit long term. It gives you a little bit better understanding of the information, and it also breaks down the information in a sense that's easy to grasp and quick, right? Okay, so within this actual book, they do offer a map of how to break down the information and utilize it. So let me show you guys. So here, for example, this is the 2-month one, and you see everything is pretty much broken down for you. It tells you at 8 weeks what you should be studying, the study amount of time, and how long it will take to finish each of the topics. So I feel like that's really good, especially for someone who doesn't have good like organization skills, planning skills, or that needs an actual like how to study step by step. This is good and beneficial. I did use it at one of my attempts of taking boards. It was good. I did feel it was very informational. Everything is like quick and easy. Like for example, in this pediatrics chapter, here it'll break down like the milestones of the baby. So it'll give you 2 to 3 months, the important things to know for that age range, and then like 6 months, 9 to 12 months, and then 14 to 16 months and 24 months, so on and so on. So I feel like this book is very good, beneficial. I did purchase it on Amazon, and yeah, if you want to try it out and you need a how-to step-by-step of what to do when preparing for boards, I would suggest this one. And if you don't want to get a tutor, or if you don't want to use the option that your school is offering you, this is pretty good. It's really good. Because you really don't have to do anything but follow the steps that's in here. And like I said, they give you a study plan for 2 months, 1 month, and a week. So look into this if you're in the search for something for boards that's plain and simple. Trust me, just follow the steps. Everything is laid out for you. Okay, another book that I want to review is the Prioritization and Delegation and Assignment book. So if you're one of those people who have issues with learning how to prioritize or delegate things, this book is good. It's by Lacharity, and I actually got this book when I was in my last semester of nursing school, and pretty much they gave this to us, in leadership to apply our knowledge, and they didn't tell us actually, even though it says it on the front, it says NCLEX examination. That shows you how much we read or pay attention. But anyway, this book was given just for leadership. I didn't know that it could be as applicable to NCLEX boards until after failing or after going to school, and I already did the book. And one of my good friends or co-workers mentioned this book to me. She actually only used this book along with UWorld to answer questions, because that's all this book is. It's really just a whole bunch of questions, honestly. It's a lot of questions. And yeah, so it's just a lot of questions on each topic. So like maternity or med math or prioritization or cardiovascular. So basically gives you every topic you need for the boards. And each chapter has about 20 to maybe 50, some 100, depending on the topic. Questions, you'll answer them, and then after, it gives you a breakdown of the rationales of each answer. And what I would do when I use this book to help me prepare for boards, I would go through, let's say for example, cardiovascular. I go through the cardiovascular chapter, do all the questions. Let's say it was 50. Did all the 50 questions, reviewed the rationales. Mind you, I answered all my questions on a separate sheet of paper. That way it forced me to mimic answering questions without seeing the answers. So I answered all the questions on a separate sheet of paper. After answering the questions on a separate sheet of paper, I went back, reviewed the rationales, marked which ones I got incorrect, and from that, I went into UWorld and I reinforced that same strategy on sitting down, timing myself on questions, and then redoing some more cardiovascular questions. When I would redo those cardiovascular questions, this time I removed this book from the table, removed my old answer sheet from the book, and I focused on the information that I just reviewed from the rationales previously. Now, doing that, you're allowing your brain to reprocess the information over and over and over again, which is good. But the problem that comes along with that is if you're just rushing through it or you're reading really fast through the information just to get it done, is what takes away from gaining and reinterpreting the information as you need to establish it in order to grow a foundation and, re-put out that same information on the, another question that may be styled differently, or if it's something pertaining to that topic. If you cannot reproduce that information, therefore that means that you're not understanding it, you're not comprehending. That means try something different. But that's just one of the things and one of the tools that I use when I was studying. And I have many different ways that I've used throughout the time when I was trying to obtain my RN license, which I will share on more videos. But these are just two of the tools that I felt are very beneficial in helping you at succeeding at passing boards. So now I will go into daily motivational tips. So along with just being prepared and knowing what content base you would use, because remember I told you content is key when you're mastering your topics in order for preparation for boards, right? So now, in order to become a master in that content and understand that content, you also need to figure out what is it that will help you stay on track. So you have these study plans and these lesson plans, or you have these goals that you want to obtain, but if you don't have any structure in getting to that end goal, you'll only find yourself backtracking, because you'll have to go back every time and start all over. So to prevent that, before you sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna buy this book, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna study here, or I'm gonna go there, get a schedule. Plan it out, map it out. It's always good to have some form of structure. Whether you feel like, oh, I'm not the best person to make plans, or I don't like to prepare in advance because things fall through, trust me, this helped me. Every time that I began to study, or even just in everyday life, and this is why I said it goes back to motivation. So because I was doing a lot, and I did have a lot going on during the time I prepared for boards, or just now everyday life, I like to keep a planner. I like to keep a calendar with everything planned out. Now for me, I always like to, so this is called happy planning. It was introduced to me by, when I was a nanny, by one of the children's parents, and it helped her, so she figured it would help me, seeing that I had this big old crazy schedule. And in college, I would have a massive, huge calendar on my wall, literally different color coordinated. But after you leave college and you're no longer in a dorm, or no longer staying in an apartment with your roommates, and it's just you need another plan, because in life you can't carry around that big old calendar trying to cross out every day and remember everything. So anyway, here's happy planning, and here's a calendar that I made myself on Microsoft Word. So I utilize both of these, and I utilize them differently. So on the calendar that I created for Microsoft Word, I would nonetheless have it set up from Sunday to Saturday, and there are templates for this. So you just go onto Google, type in Word calendar templates, and things should pop up. From that, you download it. Once you download it onto your laptop, you then go in and make edits. So I would include on my schedule or calendar, my work schedule, I would basically choose a time frame that I will set aside. So for example, if I work from 8 to 4 this day, I would give myself an hour or two in between to wind down from daily stressors of work. And I would start around 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. and I will study until 8:30. And in those first 2 hours of studying, I would just be reviewing the content information such as cardiovascular or respiratory system, and I would solely focus on that information, just reviewing the hot key points of it. And that's where these books come into play. So if you have this book, I would review this, and just to pinpoint every single topic, or well, I should say content key point that's reviewed in here, I would use that to basically, retain and repeat it over and over. Then I'll give myself a break after 8:30 for like 30 minutes. And then at 9 or 9:30, I would hop into questions. And there, with those questions, I will only do questions pertaining to the content that I just reviewed. And I would just repeat that over and over and review the rationale. So just for that day. And then the next day, I'll move on to the next topic, or so forth. But it also depends on how much content you need to review for each topic. And I feel like that's what really makes the difference. Okay, so that's my paper one. Now, my happy planning. This is my life. And let me see. Let me show you. So here, your calendar needs to be crazy colored, coordinated, figuring out what works for you and what's best for you. I do like to note on the side like what each color means in the notes area. And it's typically fun because they have like stickers in here to motivate you. And I feel like all this plays a part in keeping yourself daily motivated. Why is that? Because it's allowing you to reflect on the things that you have to do for the day and seeing how you can, find time for yourself, which is good because you can't remember everything in your head 24/7 or all hours of the day. This is impossible. So having this calendar really saved me a lot with planning time for myself, my friends, my family, even my significant other. That foundation is what kept me and led me to the next point. Because in that sense, I was able to see like, okay, well, if I have to work Monday through Friday, then I'm studying for boards, and then I have like outside obligations, people's birthday, anniversaries, or trips, or just different things. You really will drain yourself. So in those times, I have to find moments to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my nails done, I'm gonna get my hair done, get my eyelashes done, I'm gonna go buy me a new outfit, like I'm gonna go work out. Just having those small moments to where I knew it was just for me helped me understand that, okay, I'm not just all for work, or I'm not just all for school, or I'm not just all for being who everyone wants me to be. I can be myself. So I feel like if you're struggling with trying to set aside time for yourself, then you need to invest in a planner. And these planners aren't expensive. Like, they have smaller ones, and they're called, like I said, they're called happy planners. And typically they'll say like happy planners 365 or something like that, but they sell them everywhere. Michael's, Walmart. They also have stuff on Amazon. If you're a online shopper, like, don't allow things to put a limit on you. They have also different themes to them. Like this one says walk by faith, so this was a spiritual one. So on every month, let's see, they'll have a scripture here, and it'll lead into the month, and they'll have where it's from. So they have ones about beauty. If you feel like your inner beauty, your self-esteem is low, you can find a happy planner for that. So every day when you flip into the planner, it's also motivating you to dig deeper in yourself, or it's motivating you to do something different in your life that you may have not been doing. It's just different ways to make you feel well-rounded as a person. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again next week, and stay tuned. Bye, guys.
You know you want just